with, man, season predictions. So let's go with where you think the defense will rank, where you think the offense will rank, and then overall what you think the 49ers, what you think they're going to be capable of this offseason or this season.
Sure. When we're talking about rankings, do you want to do rankings in terms of points scored or yards, or how do you want to do that?
Let's just go overall where you think they'll rank as far as top defenses in the league.
Okay. Defensive wise, I think they're going to be a top 5 defense. I think they're going to be really strong, just based off of what we talked about already. The way that the front 7, not only the offense, not only the defensive line, but then you have Fred Warner behind them, and Warner's probably the best middle linebacker in the game. So I think the defense is going to be a top 5 defense in the league. Did you want to do one at a time, or do you want me to go over to the offensive side?
Keep going, man. This is you. You are the press devil. You are the credentialed 49er writer, my man. You just keep going, man.
I want to make sure you get your chance in there, too.
Well, no, so I agree with you. I think it's a top 5 defense. I think they're going to be much better at turnovers, which is something that that is going to be an addition to the pressure in the backfield, and obviously just the tackling and the soundness. I think they're going to be still that never break type of defense with the ability to turn the ball over. So I think they could even be top 3 defense in the league. I really don't see any team that I look at and say they have that much more talent than what the 49ers have on their defense. It's really about just everybody staying healthy.
Yeah, when you look at the matchups they have, plus the depth, as long as Verrett stays healthy and Mosley and the secondary guys, I think you're looking at a extremely good defense. Mm-hmm. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I think they're a top 10 offense. I think they could crack the top 10 easily. That's something that Shanahan, I think, with just based off of yards, is going to be able to do. Points scored, if you can do that, would be fantastic as well.
What about specifically that rushing game? How high do you think they could rank?
They could. I think they could be a top 1 or 2 running team in the league if they just commit to it. Because they've got
Baltimore's going to struggle, right? J.K. Dobbins went down. They have like 2 running backs that went down for the season, so their depth isn't there as much. So Baltimore has kind of been that number 1 rushing offense for so long. Now that they have some question marks there at running back, you would think that somebody else could jump in there, and 49ers are primed right now to be that team.
Yeah, I think you're right. That plays into their hand as well. I've just between Mostert and Sermon and Elijah Mitchell and Jermichael Hasty, and eventually getting Jeff Wilson Jr. back, and just everything that they bring to the table in the backfield. Eventually, the stuff that they are going to get from Trey Lance when he plays. This is going to be a really good running team. They're built to run. Their offensive linemen are best when they're doing that. So I think they're gonna be. It's gonna be fun to watch Raheem Mostert play as long as he stays healthy, because he's just so explosive.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna use him smartly, right? Because of how good Trey Lance has been showing, and Hasty's been showing some punch there too. So I think he might even jump even Elijah Mitchell as far as being the third back that actually gets into the rotation with how well he played in the preseason. So it's going to be interesting. I think obviously if that passing attack can be anywhere, in that top 15, I think the rushing game carries them to where, they could be, a top 10, maybe even, top 8 type of offense. It's really just about how much that passing game can expand, or, if it's going to be a limited check down type of offense and just focus on yak, kind of like how they did in 2019.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Because if that's pretty much what they're going to be with Garoppolo, right? They're going to be the underneath check down team, and they're going to throw a few balls down the field, but not very much. It's mostly going to be schemed up stuff. Mm-hmm. That'll change when Lance gets in the game. So that's partly why I want to see him in there too.
And then let's go with overall, man. How deep is this 49er run? Are they a playoff team? Are they a NFC Championship game team? Are they making it to the Super Bowl? What are your expectations this season?
Well, I think they're going to be. I've done looked at their schedule so many different times, and I keep coming around to 13-4, unless there's just there might be one or two games in there that it'd really be a shame if there's another game or two in there that they lose, because when you just look at it on paper, the schedule is really extremely favorable for them.
Mm-hmm.
The way that there's a couple of games that are rough. If it, like the Jacksonville game, for example, if it wasn't Jacksonville, I would say that's probably a loss because they're making that trip out to Jacksonville after playing on I think a Monday night game or a Sunday night game. But Jacksonville's just Jacksonville, so that's not going to be an issue. Yeah, I think they're going to be 13-4. That's my call. I'm going to say that they're going to get the number one seed in the playoffs.
Wow.
And the NFC Championship game will be at Levi Stadium.
Man, oh man, you hear it first here on So Real Sports Talk. Jack saying the 49ers are a 13-win team, and not only winning the NFC West, but going back to 2019 season, being the number one seed in the NFC. That would be amazing, man. And if they get those buys, that is, Levi Stadium's a tough place to play at. I think they are, with the crowd there and everything, they would be a tough team to beat, and they would be coming off of a lot of confidence to be able to put up that kind of season. So that's great, man. I don't have as much faith, I guess, in the 49ers, which is crazy because I'm Mr. Positivity. But
That's true.
I think that they squeak into the playoffs as one of the wild card teams and maybe win a playoff game. But I just feel as if, there's a lot of great teams in the NFC that, the Green Bay, I think, is going to be really tough. Tampa Bay, obviously, is going to be really tough. If they could somehow not have to play them immediately, I think that they have a better shot. But if they come up against one of those teams, I mean, I know we've had Green Bay's number, but I think that team is a little bit better than when the 49ers have played them in the past. But I like yours better, man. So let's go 13-4, number one seed, make it to the Super Bowl, my man.
Well, I didn't say the Super Bowl. I said they were going to host the NFC Championship game at Levi Stadium. That's where I stopped. There's a reason why I stopped at that spot. But yes.
Amin the Dream. Hi, Sunil and Jack. Hey, Amin. I'm actually jumping onto Amin's channel right after we get done here with Jack. So tune into that. Should be a fun show.